Hey, what's going on YouTube? My name is Eli. Welcome back to another video. Merry Christmas to you guys all. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day and a wonderful Christmas time. Today we will be talking about a very iconic character in the Christmas Eve specials, as he has always been a character that no one has ever forgotten or never even noticed the guy. He's always been an icon character and everyone knows who this character is. And, you guys have probably seen him in movies, books, like parades or whatnot. You have seen this guy around before, and it's the Grinch. No matter what, the Grinch has been a huge character into Christmas and has been an icon for years. You have at least seen this guy in like your school, at least, or at your school, watching the movie of it, or seeing some guy weirdly dressing up and just weirdly throwing candy at you or something, like something like that. And no matter what, this character has hold a special place in almost everyone's heart and has been one of the most best characters in Christmas history. And no matter what, this character is just hugely inspiring to most people. Whether you like the movies or not, you tend to at least know that this is actually a character that everyone will never forget, and people can get creative and love the character for who he is, no matter what. And today, I'll be talking about one of the most three iconic Grinch movies in history. I'll be reviewing them and talking about what's my favorite and what's definitely my least favorite about them. And I'll be talking about their flaws and whatever. You probably get the gist that I am a guy who likes to react to movies or talk about movies in general, as you can tell by most of my videos that you see. So, without any further ado, let's talk about a few of the Grinches.
All right, Illumination. Whoa. Oh, jeez. Yeah, after watching this movie, it was kind of a feeling of disappointment. I don't know much I can say about this character or this version of the Grinch. Number one, just look at the design of this character and tell me what's wrong about it. Okay, to be honest, it's too fluff. It looks like something that I would hold as a plushie. It's like a Grinch plushie, but softer material and doesn't look so ragged. The Grinch is a slimy, disgusting creature. It's supposed to be a very disgusting, like, scruff. Not a, like, soft material looking thing that you see from most other, like, advertisements or plushies or whatnot. This looks like something I can hold. But when you look at the promo or like one of those images, I think I saw a image of a better looking Grinch than this, and it's just I don't know how to feel about how this could have been better, but no, they decided to make it just much worse. And also, what is the one thing that comes to your mind when you think of the Grinch about his personality? Of what this person is, what is the first thing that comes to your mind too? Anger or just mean. He is mean. His soul is like onions. That is literally what he is and meant to be. But in this version, it's just more likely just a mean guy. It's like basically the Grinch just gone through all of his Christmas stuff already and then just decided, hey, I think I just hate Christmas again for no reason. That's what it's like, and I feel very disappointed by how it's been treated and portrayed. Because this Grinch has a personality. I will admit, I kind of don't like this change in this version of the Grinch. Because it's basically, he has something to live by and kind of, he has a personality that says that he has care. While it makes more sense that he could have been more angry. Because the main reason why he's so weirdly happy or sad or angry is not because he just hated Christmas or something really bad happened to him while he was a kid. Well, something did. He has no family. That's the main reason, is because he had no family. I would have been upset and angry too about not having a family and whatnot. But I don't understand the hatred between Christmas. You still got things like Thanksgiving or some other things you could do. I was about to say Halloween, but that doesn't make sense. But I don't know. It really doesn't matter as much as this person's angry. It doesn't give us a full explanation. What I do will admit is that I do like the characters' design of the Who's and stuff. They look more interesting in the illumination form, and I like that more. It's just to me is that it's been strange, and I do like the change with Cindy Lou Who and how she is sort of different from her other appearance because at least she does something unlike the other one. But hey, I will admit I cannot bash the old one, and I'm glad this one at least did something new for Cindy Lou Who, even though someone already did that better. So, and I can say much is that that's the only thing good about this and how cute Max is. Max just looks adorable. But I don't know just how to feel about this Grinch because he's not angry. He's not mean how you would imagine the Grinch to be. He's so soft material instead of being angry at the world and whatnot, you know. And I don't see this as my iconic Grinch, a sad thing. And that's why I don't really like this version of the Grinch. This is why I don't like Illumination's version of the Grinch. If I had to rate the Grinch movie, if I had to so badly, I'll give it a 4. I would not pass it as a like half good movie because it actually wasn't a good. It wasn't a bad movie by itself, but it wasn't my iconic good Grinch movie. If that makes any sense to you guys all, and I don't know. I really didn't enjoy it as it wasn't really my iconic Grinch to me.
Going back to the classics, I see. But I can never forget how classic this place is. It's very old and it kind of does show its oldness, but it still holds a special place to my heart, and I still consider it to be a really interesting Grinch movie. And there's just a few things. It's kind of long and simple. It's just simple. There's a main reason why I put this guy in the middle. It's because it wasn't the most greatest thing in the world to me, but it was at least good to my degree. There's a main reason why I love how menacing this guy is. This guy can get mean and angry. He steals literally everything. He can steal everything. That tree, gone. The ornaments, gone. Everything gone. Not even like little stems of like little like crackers or whatnot on the floor, like little crumbs. Yeah, not even crumbs can stay away from the Grinch. Like that's wild. That's how cool this Grinch is to me. I like this character's look more than anything else. That that iconic smiling scene was obviously inspired by almost every other smile from other Grinch adaptations, but I would still say that I like this version. It's just that we never give a full. There's no backstory. I know that's confusing how I bashed the other one for giving a backstory, but the only main reason why is because that backstory contradict how he's so mean and angry, while this one just is born angry, maybe made to be angry. I guess it's just because he's a Grinch, and every Grinch in every like world is angry. And I guess that makes sense for this version. I do really like how he's just such a menace. And I wish we do more with Cindy Lou Who, but instead we just get like her saying hi to the Grinch and that's it. Suddenly you just see them in the dinner table next to each other, like being pals and whatnot. Like they didn't even give her a depth. So they don't do much with the Who's besides just like really just they love Christmas and that's it. That's all you get, that they're just average people and the Grinch is just born mean. So, and it's not bad though, because sometimes you don't have to know everything about the character, but you need to know at least a little bit of something. And I guess that's why it didn't become my biggest favorite one, because it just didn't give us some answers to why they're like this or why they do this. But the Grinch, honestly, I love it. And I like Max in this one too. Max is just OP. He's the most powerful character I've ever seen. Pulls an entire huge sled filled with bags and whatnot. That's wild. You know, I would give Max like the amount of treats I can give him because I would not mess with that guy. But as iconic as this thing is, it is considerably the most, like, I would say the most accurate Grinch movie. I would say, like, at least a decent Grinch movie. There is no denial that this one holds a special place in everyone's heart, including mine. Sadly, it's not my favorite, and I count it as first place. Sadly, I count it as second place because it just didn't give the other characters a lot of depth. It just only focused on the Grinch, which is reasonable. Grinch takes the spotlight, which he honestly deserves and whatnot. But it just kind of upsets me a bit that they didn't really focus on these other characters. Max is just there, you know. Max is still cool though. I love Max. It's great. But if I had to rate this movie, I would give it, I would say at least a 6 out of 10. It's not horrible, but I would say it's better than a half to me because at least it's so old but iconic as well. So I would say if this is my Grinch movie, I would say it's everyone's Grinch. I feel like this can be almost everyone's Grinch, and I still think it is to me.
Now back to one of the most greatest Grinches in history. Considerably my favorite movie ever. Better that it was live action and greatly proudly performed by the great Jim Carrey, which I still consider to be one of my idols when I was young to this day, after he played The Mask and much more other characters. There's no denial that this one obviously is just everyone's Grinch and has been for everyone ever since. It's still my iconic Grinch. And there's no dip why it got a Grammy award for and got an Oscar for it. That's why it's such a great movie. Not just that, I like how this Grinch is far different, but far similar from the, Grinch that is usually performed in all the others. This one considerably has a lot of new things that I really like and a lot of old things that I really like. It's really the same Grinch, but up to 11, and it's even better. It's not too new like the other one where it's so bland and it contradicts things and whatnot. It's new in the right way, if that makes any sense. But it's new in the right way if you think about it. This version of the Grinch is just, how can I describe? This Grinch is mean. You can tell that he has a heart, because he doesn't treat Max like god awful for real. But you do know he is absolute mean. He is rude to Max 24/7 on the daily basis. He isn't like Illuminations where he's so nice to him and they're best friends and whatnot. This one is actually mean and ruthless to Max, which Max looks also very adorable in this one too. And this one just looks the part. The Jim Carrey, all the makeup work and everything. That, oh my god, that iconic smile, that scary, vicious ass smile over there scares me to this day. But still, the most iconic look for the Grinch has to be this one. Everybody who has a costume of the Grinch is literally inspired by the Jim Carrey version. There is no denial that this version is the best one and considerably the greatest of all time. And I really got to give props for Jim Carrey to show his ruthlessness and his comical relief combined to one. And I'm glad that he was my Grinch and considerably still my Grinch to this day. And I still love how he still makes the faces when kids say that's the Grinch and whatnot. And I love how this story is vastly different, as the backstory is so good. It's not like Illuminations where they contradict why, the Illumination Grinch is mean. This one has a valid reason. This guy was shunned from people. He didn't have he did have a family, actually. He was still shunned. He was broken. He was made fun of, and people hated him. And it happened on Christmas Eve. The gift that he gave to his crush on Christmas Eve failed. Everything in his life failed on Christmas. That's what broke the Grinch, made him snap, and he left. He was considerably strong and completely different. He was shunned by other people for being and looking different. And that's what I really, really like. That is a really good backstory for the Grinch. That is my favorite backstory ever. It's better than, I don't have no family and I blame Christmas for that for some odd reason because it shows family there, even though there's other holidays, seriously. At least this Grinch has a good reason to hate them too, by people hating on him a lot because he's different and he's noisy. That's taking right out of the classic Grinch too. So I consider that a really good sign. Cindy Lou Who, honestly, is better in this movie than any other Grinch movie that you see. As she's not only a big huge star in the role,
She is a really good, vast, huge different for the Grinch and shows how much people can really care for the Grinch, no matter his different side. And I like how Cindy Lou Who is a really good show of that. And it's really good that Cindy Lou Who still treats the Grinch no different from others. And I will admit the whole thing where like she doesn't know that the Grinch was Santa Claus was full of crap. But at the same time, I think she did know, and even though, and like that shows a much more good reason for the Grinch to actually care about someone. Is that there was a scene where Cindy Lou Who was on the sled on the edge. So the sled was on the edge. You know the basic story. Yeah, on the sled was Cindy Lou Who, and the Grinch saw that, and he was like, I got determination power now." And then suddenly, heart grew sizes. He realized the meaning of Christmas joy, and then boom, it changed his way, which was a really, really good one. I really like its depiction and what it is for it. Not just that, it's just a really, really good excuse for it. The villain in this one, which is just a mayor or the mayor guy, I don't know how to feel about him. He kind of just sucks. He's a jerk, douchey. So I guess that's just really all I can say about him. He's just a jerk guy. And that's all. And just at the end of the day, Grinch, this version of the Grinch, not only can save Christmas, but pull a baddie at the same time. So that's a huge, like, win in my case. Just saying. Huge win. So I can only say that this Grinch is my favorite Grinch. The story is different, but not too different that it stays away from the other classic. But it also shows the good story. It gives a good reason of why the Grinch has to be mean, snobby. His look is menacing and angry and disgusting. He was literally perfect. He was a scary creature. And that's what I really love about this version of the Grinch. So if I had to rate this version of the Grinch, I would at least give it a. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. I do see tiny flaws in the movie, but I see a whole lot of great. So I wouldn't give this the biggest movie in history or the best Christmas movie in history. Actually, no, this is the best Christmas movie in history. Screw that. But if I had to rate this, I'll give it a 9 out of 10. Finally done with talking about the Grinch. Honestly, it's been very great to talk about a character that I have loved for a while, and I will always enjoy this passion that I have about the Grinch. So I'm really glad I can rate 3 of his great good movies and just talk about my favorites and my least favorite. So now I can finally sit back and relax. Huh. I guess there's more Christmas presents to go around. Merry Christmas to you guys all. Have a great break. Peace out.